Ahoy! With the open beta, there are a bunch of new things that were added to the game that are slowly being found at the moment, and one of those things are multiple upcoming skins that a few different people have found. The first part of those that we'll look at comes from Reddit user M4RX, Marks, who found some skins that will be in the microtransaction shop. And part of that also concerns the notorious Rainbow Lion. Now there's one quick disclaimer that was written by Marks themselves that I want to put ahead here. Somebody was concerned about the quality of the microtransaction skins being relatively high and what that would mean for the skins that you can get from normal armor in-game without spending money on them. Marks responded, "There's a lot of really cool looking endgame gear, but I don't want to spoil that for people yet." This is in my opinion an understandable and good decision because those are the things we'll unlock over time and discover over time, unlike the cash shop items that we can just buy eventually. So let's have a look at those skins and then have a look at some weapon skins somebody else found after that as well. The first armor is called Mummy. So we have a very clear Egyptian theme here with those mummy elements on them, with those bandage wrappings around it. I think this looks pretty cool, though it's not my favorite. I think it would honestly look cooler if you use a different helmet with it. I don't really like that wrapping around the head that much. But what you can already tell from this skin is that we're going in the direction of a Halloween theme, and this is something that is true for all the skins, so it's likely that we'll see these skins released around Halloween. The next one is a skeleton skin. Obviously very edgy looking, probably exactly what I will be after. The skeleton face mask aside, I actually really like the armor design of this. If you look closely you can see that there's basically a rib cage on the chest, so this skeleton theme goes throughout the skin. It also seems somewhat continued with these different knuckle elements on the gauntlets. If you look very closely at the shoulder armor, there's actually a black skull on each side of that as well. So very, very edgy. I think the skin will look especially cool without using the helmet. With using a different helmet, I think the style of that is really nice. The third skin here is the Thespian skin. This one is very New World-esque, I would say, with that full metal mask and everything. Not exactly my style, but I feel like a lot of people will enjoy this skin, especially the trollier people walking around with a jester-like look, even though a Thespian is not quite a jester. And then we also have a very interesting interpretation of a vampire. It's labeled as a vampire at least. I guess it's a relatively Van Helsing-esque interpretation of the vampire theme, but especially the top hat and glasses are very interesting. There's also something that's labeled as an emote launch bundle. These are not the same emotes that you would get in the deluxe edition. There's, for example, a thumbs up, down, and to the side. There's flip a coin, clapping, pointing, and I see you or something along those lines. Either way, those are definitely going to be the things that the content creators need for their thumbnails. Then Marks also found a bunch of masks. There is an Angry Earth mask that in my opinion looks pretty cool. I like the glowing style of that. There's also a Demon mask, especially for those of you who are going to get their gear in Evan Scale Reach. This is probably going to be very fitting with that slight Japanese theme that it has. There is a half wooden mask, probably my favorite of the bunch here. I think this could look really nice when I'm usually not the biggest fan of a lot of the headgears. And also a Plague Doctor mask, but a little bit more pimped up than the Syndicate version, with some gold linings on it, with some gold signs on it as well. And then we got a big hitter. The notorious Rainbow Lion from the beta is back. But it seems like it fell into an oil tank or something. Because it's no longer a Rainbow Lion. For some reason in the data mining it's labeled as Black Tiger. I'm very certain that that's not a tiger, that's a lion. But either way, it is a black lion now, which probably looks a lot better matching with the rest of the style of New World than the previous Rainbow Lion did. If you're unaware, this is a house decoration that also provides you with a lot of extra points, and previously it had a lot of different colors on it at the same time, and it didn't really look very fitting in New World, so that is now resolved, and now I think it's actually a pretty good item as a design choice to have in your house. Still not what I'm gonna go with, because there is a free dog from another quest anyways, and I prefer that. But definitely a massive upgrade from the original version. And then there also seem to be some more weapon skins. This was linked to me by Saint on my Discord, and it was found apparently by a person called Yovane. I don't know if they're the original source, but either way, I hadn't seen these before and they seem to follow a theme, so they might make their way into the game together later. So what you can see here are a bunch of melee weapons. We got the hatchet, warhammer, the great axe, and the sword and shield. And they have these runes on them, which I think are some sort of Norse theme or maybe a Viking theme. So I could imagine that there will be a bundle for Norse/Viking themed weapons in the future, and that is what these are for. I especially like the style of the shield and the warhammer, which is quite different from the usual. These weapons here are from the same source. I am not entirely sure what the second one is. Now, I'm fairly certain that the first one is a life staff based on the design, and the third one is very likely a fire staff. But the second one could be another life staff, but if that's the case, I'm not sure. They probably wouldn't be part of the same set or something. There's also the warhammer here once again, also a pretty cool design in this case. But with all of these, I have no idea when or if they will make it into the game. They seem to be a little bit more concept style partially than the skins from the cash shop. Overall, there are some pretty cool designs, some pretty cool themes here, which I think is a good thing. But at the same time, I am also happy that so far I can most certainly say that there are in-game skins that you can get through leveling, through farming, that I personally like a lot better. So far my impression is that the microtransaction focused skins are going to be ones that are more themed, and the other weapons are just something that more naturally feels at home in New World and then just has more different interpretations of how the armor can look like. So thanks to the people who found this and posted this, link is down below. Outside of that, if you're interested in a very, very easy way to get repair parts in New World and also level a profession at the same time, then please consider subscribing and clicking the bell, because that is a video that will be coming out soon. That's what I'm working on right now, as well as a bunch of other stuff and of course New World news as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you for the next one soon. Duke Sloth, out.